Welcome back to episode 4 of the Redshirts with Jace, Posey, and Isaiah Manning. As you guys can see, we have some new decorations in the back with the Isaiah Manning jersey and the Jace Posey jersey right here.
That's a limited edition over there, that number 41.
Yeah, you can't get anywhere.
No
but today we'll be talking about TCU and just the sports aspect of the school and how the school is doing this year and what we can accomplish. So, Isaiah, we're going to take it to you and let you talk about football.
Yeah, so kicking it off here, we obviously went to the football game. I think the atmosphere was great this year. So first of all, let's give our quick couple shout-outs. Shout out to Josh Hoover, man, coming out, you know what I'm saying? Young QB having a good game. Shout out to Cam Cook, young running back coming out. Shout out to all the homies in our class that didn't play a lot last year. We see y'all working. Y'all getting y'all minutes. And shout out to everybody else, you know what I'm saying, contributed. But great win for them. Yeah. I see a lot of polish from Hoover that I didn't see as much of last year. But he looks like he can lead a good football team.
Yeah, he seems very comfortable now that he's kind of set into that role of being the QB. Last year he had to take a step up.
Right.
And, I mean, college football is a very blown-up sport. It's one of the, biggest, not event, but biggest, what's the word?
I would say just, media covered.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest things covered by the media. And for him to be a sophomore and step into that spotlight and keep that pressure and just perform well on the field, that's very amazing to see, and I hope he could keep that up.
Facts. You know, looking to Big 12 play, we're going to have some comp. We got the UCF game sold out.
Yeah.
Is it a blackout or a whiteout?
Blackout.
Blackout. Yeah. So everybody watching this, you see the fit right here. This is a perfect fit. You know what I'm saying? Come to the game in a fit like this. Support the football team. Speaking of supporting teams, we have the women's volleyball team as well. Let's give them another shout-out. First time ranked ever. Hand for the women's volleyball team. You know, we got some friends on that team, proud of them. They got games today that we're going to be going to check out. And I like from them kind of just how they didn't mesh real quick. They similar to us. They went in the portal like crazy. And it seemed like everybody already kind of came together, you know, figured out who they're going to be. So I love that for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we also got to, I guess, be in the process of, because even just eating at the Pad, which is our athlete dining hall,
right?
We sit up there and talk to them and just seeing how they interact with each other and seeing all the transfers being welcomed to the table, to all the returners, is just things that a team needs. So, I mean, we get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes there, and then on the court, everybody gets to see that. And I mean, the work's shown off. They're ranked now, and I mean, they got more to do. They can't be satisfied here, but
absolutely not.
I mean, a win tonight will help them for sure against UCLA.
And I like how Lily, as a setter, kind of like the middle player of the team, she's done a really good job. I feel like, kind of branching out and becoming cool with everybody. I see her in the games, you know what I'm saying, dapping people up when they make mistakes. So that's beautiful to see as well.
Yeah, she's one of the only freshmen who stayed with the TCU volleyball team. And, I mean, hard work pays off. And she has that position now. She got that spot.
You know what I'm saying? So we might have to, you know, kind of relate that, because I feel like us, her, them football dudes we talked about, you know, like we had a big class that didn't really come in and do as much as we anticipated, despite being, I feel like, one of the better recruiting classes in a bunch of sports.
Yeah.
You know, football, I want to give a shout out to JJ, too, on the defense, because I play AAU basketball with JJ. JJ was supposed to be like that dude coming out of high school. He didn't really play at all last year, and now he's a starter. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them for really getting that done. So in this segment, we want to talk about our teammates from last year that are playing professional basketball. So, you know, we got Eman Miller with the Mavericks. We got Jameer with the Spurs. We got Xavier with the Heroes. He's out in the Netherlands.
Yes, he is.
I'm pretty sure. We got Chuck. He went out to Slovakia. And then Avery's in Denmark and Trey's in England.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of guys all around the world playing basketball. It's beautiful to see one as a basketball lover myself and another one alongside me, just seeing guys pour into their dreams and continue to play. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I'm going to have to tune into some, leagues that I've never watched before.
For sure. I mean, those games probably going to be at a crazy time, too, just because of the time difference. But, I mean, being these guys' teammates and seeing them be pros is, I mean, that's a hell of an opportunity, because you don't get to play with that many pros every day. And, I mean, we got at least 7 on the list.
Facts.
And, I mean, we got to practice against 7 pros every day. So I think that's pretty cool to say. And I'm excited to see what these guys are going to do.
And I'm looking at this list here that we got on this side screen that y'all can't see. But I feel like Chuck, Avery, Trey, and E-Man were constantly playing ones with guys, too. And Jameer. Really, all these dudes playing ones a lot. So I feel like I can really say, I've been cooking pros. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have my days where I got the best of them. So, you know, that's nice to be able to say. And I'm really just proud of these dudes.
Yeah.
We see the work put in every day. We see guys with bum ankles coming in, in the summer with their body hurting and still pushing. And I think that's extremely important.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see for these dudes.
I'm also excited to see how E-Man Miller kind of meshes with the Mavericks and how they use him. During the Big 12 play, he was kind of more of a low post player, and he had that transition side to him. But I feel like more in the league, he'll be more of a transition player than the low post. And I think he'll really be a force and, kind of insert himself into the league when that time comes.
And I'm excited to see him with the new role, too, because I feel like guys get better when they get to the NBA and they get siloed into a more specific lane. And I think, what I probably see happening for him is because his three ball has gotten great. When they came back in scrimmage dust, I felt like his three ball was nice. But I see him being like a 3-and-D cutter, very active, getting downhill in terms of off-the-ball plays. And then just a defender. I want to see him really getting after it and knowing that, it's not his job to score 30 no more. He got Luka.
Yeah.
So your job is to go guard somebody.
And
you feel what I'm saying? Your job is to go guard. And I feel like seeing E-Man with 100% his energy going towards hustle plays and stuff, we know what he looks like when he's doing that. And so I can't wait to see that for him. And then, Jameer, I don't know what his situation is in terms of if it's a two-way or how cemented he is with the Spurs. But if he's playing alongside Wembanyama, you feel me? I want to see something crazy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. He can literally throw the ball. You throw the ball anywhere, he's going to dunk it. So I'm looking forward to both of them guys in the league.
But right now, Jameer is playing with the 3-on-3 team, the USA team.
Facts.
I don't know how they just did, but I did just see a clip of them playing recently. And I got to tune into that more because the FIBA 3-on-3, that's a whole different side of basketball that people don't understand. I mean, that's an Olympic sport. They got a whole different
set of rules.
Yeah, they had a whole different set of rules, the whole league for it.
It's a different ball.
And, I mean, they're recruited for that.
Facts. And what I'm excited for is that I was looking at our actual Olympic 3-on-3 team, not to bash the guys, but obviously we know Jimmer. Most people aren't really familiar with those other two dudes. And I feel like they got to be recruiting from there.
Yeah.
If Haley played the 3-on-3, U18 or whatever, and she pulled up to the Olympics, we might see Jameer Nelson Olympian. For sure. Which that'd be insane.
That would.
If I could decide I play with a Mavericks player and an Olympian, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm in a good spot basketball-wise. So shout out to TCU. So next, we kind of want to talk about what's been going on with TCU basketball. We gave you all an update on football and volleyball and kind of our old players. But as far as the new players and the new team, we're about to get into our official practices coming up pretty soon in this fall, kind of coming around the end of the summer into the school year. What I think I can hang our hat on the most, our team has been doing an amazing job of getting out in transition and sharing the ball, I feel like, as the most part. There's going to be days where, a guy might be open and get mad or whatever. But I feel like we've done an excellent job of kind of incorporating that. And so I think just building off that and continuing to be that transition for us would be great for us.
Something I've seen with our team is our defensive efforts. On a team, you're not going to have everybody be there, but I see guys trying to get there. I feel a lot more – we emphasize ball pressure. And sometimes when I have the ball, the coaches are right. You don't really feel pressured by whoever's guarding you. But more recently in practices, I've started to feel like a hand in my chest. And
people getting up at you.
You don't got no space to move. So, if we keep that up, that'll really translate to the transition side of basketball.
And I think just kind of with Coach Dixon, what his teams are going to look like. We know because of last year, he's not going to allow us not to defend.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what guys want to do. It don't matter how many times we get mad. We're going to guard. We're going to run the floor. And there's these certain staples of the team. And I like personnel-wise how the guys kind of blend with that. We want to run the floor. We got guys like Trey Z.
Yeah.
Go get a fast break demon. You got a guy like Bashan throwing, flashy passes on the break or whatever. Or like Frankie, just dumb fast.
Yeah.
So I think just being able to have those players that fit in and kind of play naturally to the style would be great. I feel like last year, some of the problems that I saw were that we kind of had guys whose style I don't think aligned as much. I think of a guy like Avery, and I don't think the way he plays basketball fit that. Less transition, more let me chop a guy up and get a feel. He needs that feel. I feel like we don't have those guys now, and so I feel like it'd be an easier team to coach.
Yeah.
So I like that our coaches, went to the portal with their head on straight.
Yeah, that's a good perspective I didn't look at, and I think we did do a very good job in the transfer portal, just with the group of guys we have. Character-wise, we have a lot of good people on our team, and then just on the sports side, we have a lot of good athletes and people who know how to play basketball. But, we still got to keep on working. We're not there yet, but we're on the way there, working on defense, finishing, and, some people say TCU teams can't shoot. I mean, we in the lab working on that. So
I'm going to just stamp that right now. You got me marked down. Y'all want to go back on Twitter when I go 0 for 4 in the game. It's cool. I'm saying it right now. We got burners this year. TCU can shoot the ball. Don't come in the game closing out short. You're going to get your head knocked off. Straight up. But, yeah. Also, I love that you pointed out, having good guys on the team. Mm-hmm. I think that is ridiculously important. Yeah. We've seen it. Like, guys are going to get into arguments on every basketball team. There's going to be altercation, whatever. But our team has an amazing ability, I feel like, to just turn around. Mm-hmm. We got aggressive dudes. Dudes are going to butt heads, whatever. But I love how we could just come together and be like, good shit, good practice. Yeah. Let's move on now.
Yeah, I just think that's also part of being a man.
Yeah.
Like, just understanding, like, what the end goal is. And to get there, you can't let every little inconvenience get in the way. So, I mean, we have great men on our team.
We do have great guys. Men on the team. Great men that can shoot the ball, close out with your hand up. You close out with both your hands up, actually, because if it's one hand, I'm shooting.
You heard him.
So kind of talking about the team identities, how we recruited guys that fit the scheme. What do you think your role on the team this year is going to be?
I mean, I feel like I'm going to play a couple of roles. I mean, lately, as I said earlier, we've been working on ball pressure. So
Facts.
I've been trying to get up in defenders and slide my feet and play defense without fouling.
We see it.
And I kind of want that to be my calling card, like, oh, we need somebody going guard, Jace. Like, get out there. And, I mean, if you can defend, you're going to play, is what Dixon says. So, I mean, I'm expecting to do that, play defense, and then getting out in transition, finishing around the basket, and just find an open teammate. That's what I want to do. Facts. What about you, Isaiah?
I like how your thing you hang your hat on is defense. It's a hustle thing. I think that's super important. And I think my kind of hang my hat on hustle thing obviously is defense as well, but I want to say the offensive boards. I feel like that's where I've been elite and where I can continue to be elite. It's all about hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a hustle player. So I would say continue to be on the O boards, hustling on defense, out in transition, running the floor, and then just knocking out a three ball. Like I said, put both your hands in the air. I'm shooting it, and it's going in. You feel me? So I think just that understanding that, like, on the closeout, my first read, shoot the ball. So this season, I feel like people could just expect for me to do that.
Yeah, and speaking of old boards, like, people don't really understand what goes into old boards. Like, you really gain a whole nother possession.
You do.
And, I mean, usually the rebound's not going too far. So you're going to shoot it right under the rim, or you kicking it out to somebody, and you're going to get a point, foul, or an assist.
And what I like to think about the most, when you shoot on the gun, the ball comes from right underneath the rim. You know what I'm saying? If you're not getting the O board, you're not getting the paint touch, I swing it from the wing to you on the corner, that's not the most comfortable shot. I feel like my most comfortable shots, the ball comes out from the rim to me and then back into the rim. Put your hands in the air. So, yeah, I feel like getting them O boards, kicking it out to guys, which I like to be an unselfish offensive rebounder too, because I understand that I'm not 7 foot and able to just go boom it right after I grab it. Yeah. So I think kicking it out to guys, let them knock down shots, being unselfish, I think it'd be a role that I can play on this team. And I think the sky is really the ceiling for us if guys, focus on them things. I feel like everybody got their little, this is their main thing. Like you say, you want your main thing to be defense, my main thing to be boards, whatever. I feel like Frankie's main thing is going to be that same defense. I feel like Vashon's main thing is going to be the transition playmaking. Like, everybody got their one element that I feel like if everybody get in their element and just lock in, we'll be straight.
For sure. So for this next segment, we'll be talking about our most recent podcast with Jackson Prince and kind of just debrief it and just give our thoughts on it.
So what are your thoughts?
I mean, there's two sides to every story. Not saying I don't believe Jackson, but I would like to, see what kind of the Texas side has to say about it. And I'm not going to say Texas was right or wrong, but I mean, some schools just go about things some ways.
Yes.
And I mean, not everybody might be in the best situation. And I wouldn't say I definitely don't promote lying to your players. Like, I'm not rocking with that. And if that happened, I'm not a fan of that. But I mean, to an extent, I mean, you're on the team for this and that reason, and they're going to use you how you want to.
Yeah.
And
I think that's the part people got to realize too. It's unfortunate. This is a really shiesty business, for lack of better words. It's a shiesty business. And shiesty things going to happen to people. It's unfortunate. See it. Good people every time. And you see it everywhere, and it's unfortunate, and guys kind of bounce back from it. So I'm glad that he's doing his thing right now, bouncing back. But obviously we don't know fully what went into the circumstance. But I mean, it's difficult. Talk about, like the traveling piece. Like when me and you traveled, there were portions of last year where we couldn't sit on the bench. A lot of people don't know about. And so it's like some things can be personal. Some things can also just be rules that you got to work around. Yeah. And if you got 13 players and 12 seats, you're going to have to tell somebody they can't go. And it's unfortunate and rough, but it's what it is. Obviously, we'll be rooting for Jackson, whatever creator matchups he got. So I'm just glad that it worked out for everybody.
For sure. And, I mean, he's a very he has a lot of character. For him to go through all that and still do what he's doing today, doing what he loves, that just takes a lot of a person. Like, you had to have a lot of determination and just effort. I mean, he posts every day.
He does post
every day. The Creator League, and, I mean, I just wish the best for him. I want to see him succeed and be an influence in the basketball and social media world.
Yeah, I think it's crazy to, like, I've kind of figured out a little bit kind of what my lane to be in this media stuff. Because I can't do what he's doing.
Nah.
He came on our podcast, and he was posting about it before we were.
Yeah.
He got the 20 clips that he did. So I think it's kind of like showed me that I could do the NIL piece of it in terms of getting my name out there. But to be a full-on influencer is work,
That's
man.
a job.
People don't see that.
It's a job. People think it's the easy way out. And like Jackson Prince is posting like clips every day. But when I was a kid, I was watching Jake Paul. He was posting YouTube videos every day. And these videos like 30 to 40 minutes.
Which
and I'm watching these
hours.
Yeah.
Hours of filming.
Yeah. And I'm watching these every day after school, just like not realizing all the work that goes into being an
quality.
Influencer.
These are quality videos. Like Jackson's not just putting out like this me eating breakfast today. Like these are edited, chopped up, it's taking time.
With captions.
With all that. So respect to him for that. Jackson, we see you, what you're doing. Shout out to you, my boy. And we hope that you have the best creator career.
Yes, sir. And I do want to see you back in college basketball, though. If you want to take that lane, I do want to see you put on some work on the court.
We do got to see that. Because I think, honestly, like with a guy like Tyler, how he had to leave, I'm excited to see how Tyler goes in hoops. I'm excited to see how D Ford goes in hoops.
Yeah.
And so, Jackson being another guy who was a walk-on that transferred, I want to go see him hoop.
Yeah.
And obviously, Creator League is hooping. But, he talked about it, how there's that difference between, real and media basketball or whatever. Yeah. I want to go see him play some real basketball, too. Because, I'm not really throwing shade, but the last time that he did play real basketball against me, Duncanville versus Legacy game, we did end up losing, whatever. But, I think I had the best of him in that matchup. That's all I'm going to say.
So recently in our current lives, me and Isaiah have been playing NBA 2K25, and we have a lot of ups and downs playing that game. But overall, I would say it's a very, very good and fun game. I think it's very different than the most recent 2Ks. I think the movement is
a good 2K.
It's a good 2K. The movement of the players, it's new, but I think it's very efficient.
It's more fluid, too.
It's more fluid. It's more realistic, and they pay a lot of attention to detail on just the players' size ups and how they move and what moves they want to get to. What are your takes on the game?
I like what you said about paying attention to players. It seems like there were a lot of complaints last year about lack of paying attention to players, and they corrected it. How like Ant Edwards is a 96 overall with no face scan. Yeah. They got everybody's face scan. Bronny was in the second round pick. Imani Bates. We were playing with all the young guys yesterday, like Ron Holland. Most rookies' face scans be trash. His face scan look just like him. They got his tattoos, all that. Yeah. So I think centering the players is extremely important. Just because if you center the NBA players and the 2K players, you're going to make the best NBA 2K game. Yeah. And I love the game. It's fluid. I've been whooping Jace. So, what I'm saying? I probably got like 8 more dubs than he do on this game.
Nah, 8's a crazy number.
I'm definitely
We're not going to put lies on the internet. But he for sure has more wins right now. But even with last year's 2K, we were keeping score, and
I lost.
He started like this.
I did.
But it's cool. I mean, it's just a reoccurring theme, and eventually I'm going to get over the hump and just go uphill.
What I do want to make note of, though, is that with last year, we had a score system, right? So each win is plus 1 point, but if the guy rage quits, it's plus 2. A guy like me, I'm not about to play out a video game that I'm down 20 with 4 minutes left. If I'm down 20, bro, I'm going to go get some food.
If you're down 20, it should be a 2-point loss anyway.
What does that mean?
Like on the stat sheet, like that where we keep score, that should be 2 losses.
Oh, I think that we should start auto quitting. Like this don't have to be part of this, but this facts. If you down 21, that shit don't count no more.
What you mean?
You have to quit. You automatically
then
get
it should be
L's.
2 losses.
You automatically get 2 L's.
Okay. That's cool.
All right, we got it.
2K, I like how they catered more to their online players. I'm not one, but I have seen a lot of videos of people cheating using whatever technology they got nowadays, but they cheat, and that's because of the shot meter or something. It was always visible, and this year's shot meter is more quick, more fluid, and it's like almost see-through.
It is.
It's very small, almost see-through, so you can't really see when you're about to green it, but like as I said, they pay a lot of attention to details, so you just kind of feel when it's green, and you get that excellent release. And I mean, you can't cheat no more online.
You cannot cheat anymore online. And I did hate that. I was a very competitive 2K player at the time of the Zen.
Mm-hmm.
Zen's hurt me, bro. Because I'm in the game. I had a slasher, so I don't even think my 3-point rating was high enough to use a Zen.
Mm-hmm.
But like I wasn't even trying to do that because I'm just normal.
Yeah.
Trying to play the game, and this dude's 30 greens in my face, grilling me. So that's not cool. But they got it, and I want to shout out 2K for all the expansions they've made. They locked in on the players, they locked in on the animations, the face scans, the online play. They also added a bunch of new WNBA game modes.
Yeah,
the WNBA play now is updated. They got actual like better arenas in there, all that, and then they got the My Player mode, I think it's called the W. Which first off, I love that marketing because they got the NBA, they got the WNBA, and when you say out the whole WNBA, they try to like low bro that league. Yeah. And I feel like with their new branding of just this is the W, I like that.
The dub is cool.
The dub is cool. The dub. Okay, new nickname for it, the dub. I like Angel in the game. Mm-hmm. She gets the board she's supposed to get. Caitlin in the game, she make the threes from deep she's supposed to make. A'ja Wilson in the game, frying. Best player in the WNBA. As we see, she got her, single season points record broken.
Yeah. Congrats. Shout out to A'ja Wilson if you see this. Repost it and no, he got it. He got it.
Shout out to the greatest women's basketball player ever. My inspiration as a Vegas native. When they brought the expansion team over, the hopes were low. How we going to do with the expansion draft? We get the best player of all time. That's how we going to do it. So shout out to her for that. And when the Aces posted it on Twitter, they were like, bam, A'ja Wilson broke the record, which I think is hilarious.
Why is that hilarious to you?
Because, the whole Bam and A'ja stuff going on, which,
If you do get to the league, like, if you run into Bam on the same team or on the court against them, how does this play out? Like,
I mean, kudos to Bam, bro. I can't really be mad. Like,
I heard you.
I'm crushing on her, but he really backing, so. And obviously, I'm a fan. Bam Adebayo has a girl.
Yeah.
But I think that's cool, though, because as a hooper who try to, like, mostly mess with other hoopers, I think it's cool how they both at the highest stage.
Oh, yeah, for
These
sure.
are Olympians messing with each other. Like, that's mad cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. Shout out to their little couple popping out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it keeps going.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be one of them weirdo dudes. But you do have to think about the fact that, like, they kids could be crazy at hooping. Mm-hmm. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
The unfortunate side of being a celebrity or being in a field where a lot of eyes are on you, there's a lot of weird people.
Yeah.
And when a lot of people looking at you, that means a lot of weird people looking at you. So, like LeBron walking out the tunnel, random ladies is calling them like the B words and all that. Like, if Bron not in the NBA and you not this fan, you getting whooped. Like, I need people to stop saying whoopable things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, have respect for the players.
Have respect for the players.
That's all we ask. Trash talk is cool, though, but it gets to a certain point where there's not much we could do as players, but you just cross the line of respect. And it's further away from sports after that.
You feel me? And like we are bantering guys. We understand that after a bad game, you'll have something to say. Yeah. That's cool. You want to DM me and say I'm trash after I shoot bad. That's cool. But the line gets drawn. Don't say like the kill yourselves, the anything about your family. Like this is just bad culture. That's not good for anybody. It don't matter if your parlay's messed up, bro. You got more to live for than that 75 you spent on the parlay, fam. So yeah. And also, if you're doing parlays, we can't give you no advice on it, but I wouldn't take my under, buddy. So yeah, or his.
Heard you.
Or ours as a group. Do not take TCU unders.
Yeah.
You feel me? I don't know what all I can say on here, but I mean, I'm a trash talking dude. I feel like it's part of me in my blood. People try to take me away from that, but it's just like some people get going in different ways. Some guys need to be the quiet guy. I'm not the quiet guy. I'm the in your face, this, and this guy. But I feel like we got a couple of those, though.
Yeah, we do.
We got a fiery group.
We do.
Which I like. We got a fiery group that knows how to toe the line. You know, guys, I don't anticipate us getting a whole lot of texts, but I anticipate us getting under some skin.
Yeah.
100%. Sure. And I like how we kind of got a little group that, you know, guys fuel off of it. You could tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't see you as much of a trash talker.
No, not too much.
But if we on the same team and I'm going crazy, you might throw something in there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're going to stir the pot. You're going to stir the pot. So
gotta stir the pot.
You got to stir the pot.
Got to.
But, yeah, pot's getting stirred with TCU basketball. So just kind of this update we're going to give y'all on the team. You know what I'm saying? 3 balls falling. Pot's getting stirred. I anticipate a whole lot of dunks. He ain't say anything about it, but we have the high jump demon. We got the Ernest Uday. Watch out.
Trezarian White. Frankie
Collins. Micah Robinson. Isaiah Manning. Yeah. We got some bouncy dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be throwing some oops. We're going to be doing all that.
What? Angel Reese does have a podcast, too.
She does.
What if she wanted to collect?
See, no, like real stuff, though. Jackson Prince has a podcast. He reached out to us.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to get on. I think the most important step is getting bucks and going in these games and winning and doing things like that. But I think it wouldn't be crazy for us to collaborate with, you know, an Angel Reese, with a Paul George, with a, who was it, Teague?
Yeah, Teague.
Teague, Barnes, Matt Barnes, I think got one. Like, hella people got podcasts now.
And that's the thing about, like, social media. It makes it so easy to have access to everybody, but in a good way. Like, this podcast is just giving us all the tools to really just reach out to this person and that person. Social media is just a crazy world.
And for the people to reach out to us. I think we talked about it. Or no, we didn't on here. But how we were at the tennis courts. We did a little tennis event. Shout out to, who was it? Beach volleyball.
And tennis.
Men's and women's tennis. Yeah. And then obviously our men's basketball group. Went over there and did some stuff with these kids, like a kids camp. And the tennis coach was like, yo, guys, we love the podcast. We saw Craig. Shout out Craig on Twitter. He was like, shout out to the podcast. So we appreciate all the support from you guys and kind of just opening us up to this new world of opportunities. You know, basketball has taken us to Paris. It has paid for our college. It has given us a number of opportunities. But now speaking up for ourselves and, you know, having this platform is as well. So that's really big.
Yes, sir.
So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Redshirts with Isaiah Manning and Jace Posey. Shout out to our new Twitter that we have at the Redshirts podcast. I think it's going to be in the bio. So, you know what I'm saying? Click that link in the bio. Tune into that. Tune into all the social medias at BGUZay, at the _Posey, which is, you know, you got 6,000 followers. Give me the 6,000 followers. Smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that follow button. We're on the road to 1 million on YouTube. Signing off.